It's right here. Thanks very much. Hi. Oops. I gotta come. I'll come around the other ramp. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good, good. What's your name?
Hussein.
Hussein? Where are you from originally?
Turkey.
Turkey? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Teşekkür ederim.
What's your name?
Robert. My name is Robert.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You from here?
I live here, and now I live in Miami.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
You are the boys.
Do you know where is the Beacon School?
Huh?
Beacon School. It's 227 West 61st by
Yeah.
Lincoln Center. 227.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
where we're going.
An arrow deep set in my chest, I can cover you.
Did I say that good? Teşekkür ederim.
Yeah, you been to Turkey? Have you been?
No, I just have some friends that live there. Dr. Ahmed is from Turkey.
Yeah.
There's a guy. I have a disease because I'm in the wheelchair, and there's a very high-level doctor up at Columbia University,
Okay.
and he's from Turkey.
Oh, yeah?
He's doing like the leading research in this genetics.
All right. That's nice. What a coincidence.
Hold the arrow in
I have to make a phone call here. I'm going to the school on the west side near Lincoln Center to give a class. Hey, how are you? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Nice to be seen.
Come on.
I didn't know
Morning.
an arrow drinks time, making it
However,
grow.
you want us to rearrange furniture a little bit for you?
Oh.
Other arrows miss my chest. I'm
Hey, you guys
meant
want
to
this is a book that I made. It's kind of a project I've been working on. If you guys want to just look at it, I've been doing. Yeah, I'll talk a little more about that. How are you? What's your name?
I came to find
Hi, Robert.
you.
How you doing? I'm Robert.
Hi, Leah.
Yeah, hi, Robert.
Dangerous
Give everyone like a
quest,
big handshake.
and for a flight.
Um,
An arrow
I'm here in
beam
town. I live in
for my
Miami, in
chest.
Florida now, but
I can
whoops, sorry,
cover
Keith.
you.
Just here to talk to you guys. Is everyone here a photographer? You into photography? You want to say what they really love about photography? Yes.
I like how after you capture a photo, you could like see something, like an aspect of the person that you haven't seen before when you see them like in real life, because
Yeah.
it captures it.
Right, just kind of like I've experienced that same thing. Like a lot of times I'll be photographing someone, and I'm looking through the lens, you can kind of see their inner presence or their inner being a little more. So that's good. That's good. Anybody else?
Yeah, I went to my dad's country this summer for about a week, and it was really nice for my grandma to show me pictures of when he was younger. He used to go to school, and it's nice to see how different it's become now.
Yeah.
I guess how we could tell a story.
So you learn kind of more about where you come from, and oh, that's cool. What country?
Ecuador?
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, this book that I'm passing around, like I found, like what I'm trying to say for my own self, when I got into photography, it's like I loved it because of the creative process, but I also wanted to be more than that, just kind of like something more about like meaningful for life. That's something that I like about photography, is where you're able to give something to people or give a service that helps them in their lives or is of value to them, beyond the moment. Is it possible to show some pictures here, or can we dim the lights at all? Anybody ever know who that guy is? Allen Ginsberg. Oh, very good. When I was standing there in front of him, I kind of felt like I was photographing my uncle. So, Dan Aykroyd. Anyone know who Dan Aykroyd is? One of the Blues Brothers. Anybody know that guy? This was actually photographed on Coney Island in 1990 on a cold blustery December morning. Kind of become a very sought-after portrait. Last year, I donated it to a friend of mine who was doing charity for Easter Seals. She works with disabled kids. A lot of years, I've donated a lot of photographs to charity, and I think it raised like $5,000. Famke Johnson, you guys know the X-Men? So I took like a little, flash unit like this, and kind of taped it in, rigged it into this styrofoam cooler, and so I was, you know, on my feet then, and just would hold the cooler up and make this kind of really nice soft light. And then I'm going to give you guys all, if that's okay, I'll give you all my business cards, so if you want to stay in touch with me. And I'd love to see, like, how many people here are working on photography projects right now? Oh, good, okay. You know, and everything was about terror, and the whole world was cloaked in terror. And we came to the realization that the antidote, or the antithesis of terror, is in the richness of life that's around us every day. And there's so much richness, so I just began doing these pieces where I'd meet someone, a random encounter with someone, and I'd make a photo and a little story about it, and just coming from that place of just being really personal. And I emailed it around, and I got a very positive response from the emails. And sometimes it would be me just writing it. And I always carry a notebook with me, and I would just, like the way I do it, I would just jot notes about the encounter afterwards, and later on I'd kind of reconstruct it. And then I'd send around some big movie poster that I shot in the email, and the response would be something to like, well, we like the poster, but we like the stories much better. Okay, well, I guess that's it. Our time is up. Listen, I'm going to, if you want to walk by here, I'll give you all a business. Is that okay to give out my business card with my email on it? And I invite you all to stay in touch.
We also have some people and students from Avenues, so let's give it up for Avenue Schools. And also, well, I'm going to let my host here introduce some of the other people in the room, but very lucky and very fortunate to have Malak Shabazz. Now, I learned when I first met Malak about 10 years ago through my Aunt Janet. I introduced her to someone else as the daughter of Malcolm X, and I was promptly corrected into saying, no, I'm the daughter of Dr. Betty Shabazz and Malcolm X, because it was her mother, who kept the legacy of her father and all that was done alive. So, my great pleasure and honor to introduce Malak Shabazz.
Hi everybody, I'm so glad to be here. Very fortunate to have a 10-year friendship with Robert. We were blessed that his aunt, Janet Stovin, who is a colleague of mine in the NGO community at the United Nations, is on our board at the Malcolm X Dr. Betty Shabazz Memorial Educational Center, which is a space where is the Audubon Borough where my father was assassinated. And he documented the beginning of that before we even really had a board, and then also when our papers, my father's papers, were finally housed at the Schomburg Center. So he's very special to my family, that's for sure. I think most of his work is humble and no nonsense, and that's basically what my mother and father were. They were humble, but they were no nonsense. And you could see that in all the pictures here that he has on the wall. Beverly Crosby, the incredible Beverly Crosby, R&B gospel singer. She doesn't like me saying this, but she does sing better than Gladys Knight, but that's just my opinion.
Do you notice people treat you differently if you're in your moving car than when you were walking?
I think so. Sometimes.
Like, is it easier to approach people or harder?
Sometimes it's easier. Sometimes certain people, unfortunately, you know, are stuck in things where they look at you and they kind of look past you, or they look in a different way if you're in a wheelchair, or they talk louder to you, you know? I don't know. It's like, you know, well, maybe you can't hear you, you know, or something like that, you know, like, yeah, sometimes, yeah. But here's something, this is interesting too, you know, and especially now with all the stuff in Ferguson and all these places. I've had this practice for the last few years of, like, you know, regardless of the color of your skin or wherever, especially I just go in a store and I'll just like shake hands with people, strangers on the street, you know, and I just find it's like a thing you can do every day, and it's fine, it's good, it's really a good thing to do. Just show people acknowledgement, you know, and wherever, you know, and so that's something that's, you know, I found that people have a lot more in common than they do apart, and they do differences, you know.
I wanna say it my way. Every now and then I get that feeling I've got to say it my way. 'cause I don't need no horns blowing. I don't need no strings to play a melody. Now I don't wanna hear that guitar strumming. Don't wanna hear no voices in the back of me. Now I don't use words that rhyme. I don't want the drummer to help me keep time, 'cause I don't need nobody's help. Said I don't need nobody's help. No, no, to tell you, Robert, I love you.
Thanks for being you.
Ditto.
Okay.
Yes, you can go now. You can go now.
I can go now? Okay. Didn't I tell you?
Wow.
And that was acapella just off
Yeah.
she's going out and getting on the subway.
Oh, wow.
She just stepped off and just did a little something.
Wow.
You should hear her when she's playing. She's a